Hey there everyone, I am Tobin Carter, and today I am going to be talking to you about some books. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about books I want to read and kind of introduce myself and like the whole booktuber-ish stuff. Yeah, you know, that stuff. So, my name is Tobin Carter. As I said, I am a pretty big fan of books, I'd say. Pretty big. I enjoy fiction in general, I enjoy non-fiction, I enjoy, books. Not terribly into adult fiction, but that's just because it kind of borderlines on a little bit for me. Usually romance distracts from the plot, so less romance the better, but yeah. I still enjoy books with romance, so you know, I'm gonna contradict myself a couple of times, and you're just gonna go with it because you guys are awesome, okay? So today what I wanted to talk to you guys about was books that I haven't read, but I want to read by the end of this year. And what books those are? So I have a few books out right next to me that I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to be talking about a few others, and we will see what happens. So the first book I wanted to talk about was the Across the Universe series by Beth Rivas. I want to read this book series really bad. It seems kinda up my alley. Very up my alley, actually. I actually got to meet the author at Comic-Con, and she's a really cool person, and the series has always sounded really interesting to me. I am a huge fan of dystopians. My favorite books are all dystopians. That's actually what got me into reading The Hunger Games and stuff. And it's like a dystopian set in space, and it kind of gives me like The 100 vibes, which is, if you don't know me, my favorite TV show, like, ever. And I've been very excited to read this ever since I kind of heard about it, and then even more so after I met the author. So, very hyped about this. That is one book that I am excited to read. Next on this list is the Viral series by Kathy Reichs and Brendan Reichs. Now, I have met Brendan at 2 Comic-Cons, actually. I actually have his other book, Nemesis, which I was going to include on this list. But I already read it, so... No, but Brendan is an amazing person. He's a great writer. Nemesis is actually one of my favorite novels. And I have been dying to read this one. This one he co-wrote with his mother, and I've always been kind of a fan of Bones, so, you know, I'm really excited for this one. I haven't read it yet because I like reading, like, series as close to full as possible. Like, if a book is missing, let's say 4 out of 5 books have been released, I'll wait. And then I'll be able to read the whole series. And then with long series, I like to have time that I can really focus on the long series, or else I'll start book 1 and then 8 months later in book 5, and I'll forget everything. Their book series is actually fairly long. There are 6 books, I want to say. I was right. So there are 6 books, and I want to be able to read all 6 of them back to back and be able to get a full worldview picture. And I'm very excited because this summer I'm probably going to have time to do that, so let's hope I can. The next book on this list is one that maybe all of you have read, that I'm just really far behind on, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Now, I've met Victoria 2 times. Again, I'm really proud of that. I met her at San Diego Comic-Con in 2016. Yeah. And I also met her at the Grove, where she did the launch of King's Cage, along with Veronica Roth for Carve the Mark, and I got to meet her again there, and she's really cool. She's a great person. She and I got to talk a bit at both events, and so my copy is signed by her. See. I'm like really proud of this. No, but I have wanted to read the series for quite a while. I actually started it when I got King's Cage, and then I got really hooked, and I actually made myself put it down because I wanted to be able to finish like the whole series when Warstorm came out and just do like a full book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and have the novella in there. So I have been waiting a very long time to read this. Warstorm comes out next month, actually, so I will be able to read it then. and I will read these ones right beforehand, so I'm actually just about to start these. Next up on my list is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. Now, I am very excited for the movie. I'm gonna be honest, like, I've seen the trailer like 50 times. It's cool. I am a huge fan of Amanda Stenberg. I've been a fan of her since The Hunger Games. I have Alexandra Bracken's books. I've read excerpts from it, and I've had friends who really love them. And I hear that The Darkest Minds is really good. The trailer looks good for the movie. And a lot of people say that the movie actually looks a lot like the book. So I'm going to be reading this before I watch the movie. So I'll be finishing it up by August. And I'm really excited for that. So, yeah, super hyped about that. And it's going to be awesome. So I'll probably do a review for this series, comparing it to like the movie when that comes out. So stay tuned for that. Now, last up on my list is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read this series, actually, guys. What? Yeah, I know. A lot of people are probably going to be a little surprised by this, because, you know, Sarah J. Maas is, like, the person. If you haven't read a Sarah J. Maas book, like, you are lynched. I haven't read a Sarah J. Maas book yet, guys. I'm sorry. No, I want to. I've wanted to read the series for a while. Again, I wound up doing the same thing that I did with Red Queen, where I started this. And that was around the time that Empire of Storms came out, I want to say. Yeah, so Empire of Storms came out, and then Tower of Dawn came out the next year. And it was about to be followed by the last Throne of Glass book. So I decided I would wait. And then Throne of Glass, his final book, got pushed back. But that didn't really affect me, because I was reading history books by then. My college classes have been grueling. So I wound up going, okay, I'll just save this series and binge read all of them as soon as the final Throne of Glass books come out. So I will probably be reading this. It'll probably take me, like, it'll probably be one of the last book series I read, because I'm just going to binge all the books. And I'm really excited. Everyone says great things about it. I've read reviews on Goodreads, I've read excerpts. And I'm just really hyped for this, guys, okay? It looks cool. The covers are really badass, too. Like, Throne of Glass, The Assassin's Blade, Heir of Fire, my personal favorite, Empire of Storms. Like, look at that! But yeah, so I'm really excited to read the Throne of Glass books and to be able to finally be one of those people who knows Sarah J. Maas, like, hype-wise. Like, I've been falling for the hype without even, like, reading her work. So, yeah, I'm finally going to be reading her work, and I'm super excited for that. So, yeah. So that is it, guys. That is 5 books that I still haven't read that I want to. My cat says hi. And, yeah, I will be posting more in the future, so stay lit, guys.